Okay, I think we might start. And so I would like to welcome everyone to the UN Global Compact Network Australia and today's virtual open house session. The next slide, please, Alana. Firstly, I would like to acknowledge that this meeting is being held on the traditional lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, and I pay my respects to elders past, present, and future. My name is Greta Korthaus. I'm the Stakeholder Engagement Manager at the United Nations Global Compact Network Australia. And with me on this call today is Simiao, our Participant Engagement Regional Manager, based in Beijing at the moment and shortly traveling to New York again. Feel free to share in the chat box your name, where you are joining from, and why you are here today. Feel free to also leave your camera on. Thank you, Sunita, if you feel like doing so. And also letting you know that this session is being recorded, as it will be shared with anyone who has registered after this event has finished. The next slide, please. As this is a virtual open house, please meet the team. Behind the scenes today are Jessie Lully, our coordinator events and communications, together with Alana Koluya and Olivia Stewart, who are currently doing internships with us. So welcome to Olivia and Alana as well. Next slide, please. Before we begin, I would like to run over housekeeping. Please use the chat function at the bottom of your screen to introduce yourself and to ask questions. Please use the raise hand function for questions after the presentation, singular. And if you have any technical issues, please contact us on the phone number listed on that slide. We will have time for Q&A at the end of today's session. And again, if any questions come up during the presentation, please enter those into that chat box. Next slide, please. In today's presentation, we will introduce ourselves both on the global and on the local level. We will talk about how we support business, talk you through the benefits and the business case of joining the Global Compact, and we will answer your questions. And with that, I will hand it over to you, Simiao, to introduce the United Nations Global Compact.
Oh, thank you, Greta. Welcome to the open house, everyone. So the UN Global Compact is the United Nations Corporate Sustainability Initiative. It was at Davos in 1999. The former Secretary General, Mr. Kofi Annan, the gentleman you see on the screen here, he proposed to initiate a global compact of shared values and principles to give a human face to the global market. 40 companies and their CEOs, including some big names like Nike, Unilever, Rio Tinto, those CEOs, they signed up at the time to create what is now the UN Global Compact. And we just celebrated our 22nd birthday not long ago. Very exciting time. And next slide, please. The UN Global Compact is now the world's largest corporate sustainability initiative. We call on all businesses to commit to align their strategies and operations with a set of 10 principles and commit to advance the UN Sustainable Development Goals you see on the screen here. And the 10 principles of the UN Global Compact you see on the left cover these 4 core areas: human rights, labor, the environment, and anti-corruption. And they are really at the heart of the Global Compact. These principles were derived from UN declarations and UN conventions, such as the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and the International Labour Organization's Declaration of Fundamental Principles and Rights at Work. So you see, these principles are universally adopted. And we believe companies that can contribute to the world's sustainability agenda by first committing to this set of universal principles or values into their operations. And every CEO of our participating companies, they commit to embedding these principles into their business strategies and business operations as they're a common ethical and practical framework for operationalizing corporate sustainability, and then to advance the UN Sustainable Development Goals, because that's also our mandate to help the whole society to achieve those. If you're not familiar with the goals, we're definitely happy to tell you more about those, but they're really a blueprint for a better future. We set these goals for a healthy, prosperous, and equal society. And at the UN Global Compact, we firmly believe that working in a valued and principled way with the 10 principles towards this set of ambitious goals is the only way that together as a society we can deliver the world that we all want. All right, so next slide, please. So since the time of early leadership and development of the set of principles back in the year 2000, many organizations have joined. Participation has grown really fast with more than 16,000 companies across 163 countries. We have some participants of the Global Compact here with us today. So again, thank you so much for your strong commitment and participation. And these companies, they also work in partnership with our non-business participants and with our partners in this multi-sector approach. From Australia in particular, we have nearly 202 participants in the network contributing to the sustainability agenda. The region is also really fast growing. We have seen not only multinational companies, but also small and medium-sized enterprises are actively engaging with us. And the growth rate in Australia is 38%. So what a significant time to join us. I'm so happy that you're all here with us today. And we can also drive scale in a way that no other corporate sustainability initiatives can, because we have a unique feature. We have 70 local networks around the world with local and regional activities taking place to help companies around the world to deliver according to these principles. The local networks are our local partners on the ground. They provide local resources, activities to drive sustainable development in the country with the most relevant context and expertise. So our network in Australia is very active. They provide lots of great expertise. So you'll hear more from Greta shortly after. So next slide, please. What I have been telling you is the UN Global Compact in brief. And I see we have so many great friends here with us today, lots of sustainability professionals in the room today. I also want to share some data about the world's progress. And I hope these data will bring in the sense of urgency and reason why your company should join us if you haven't done already. So we know the world is not on track to deliver on the SDGs. For example, if we look at gender, at the rate that we're going right now, it's going to take 268 years to close the economic gender gap globally. This is very significant because before COVID-19 happened, the number was 257. So it was 257 years to close the gap. So we are moving backwards. There has been a loss in progress due to the pandemic. We also know about the climate action issue as we are tracking towards 3 degrees, with global warming predicted to reach over 3 degrees Celsius by the end of the century. And overall, we are 62 years behind schedule on the social progress index. So you see, we are still a long way from delivering the goals set up by the Agenda 30. That's why we need you all to join us. So next, I want to show this really inspirational quote from our Deputy Secretary General. The focus is on scaling impact collectively and through collaboration. We need every single one of you to play a part. We are here to enable you of all sizes around the world to contribute, so we can address these environmental, social, and governance risks holistically and then move beyond business as usual. So next, I want to share with you some of the focus areas that we are working with companies on. The UN Global Compact, together with our network in Australia, we are really here to ensure that we're all working together to elevate companies' actions, and together we can deliver against these goals. So to better do that, we identified 7 focus areas, also known as our shape and lead areas. And these are the areas or the topics the business community can have a very strong impact. So we are designing our portfolio of engagement opportunities and initiatives on these 7 areas to help you better deliver your value on them. So these focus areas are human rights, labor and decent work, climate changes, anti-corruption, gender equality, SDG integration, which means how to integrate the SDGs across your business and then how to use them for innovational purposes. And then last one is transformational governance, which is tied to the SDG goal number 16. So these are at the heart of our UN Global Compact 10 principles and the SDGs, where we believe the business community can play a very strong part. All right, so next, how exactly are we gonna help you shape up the corporate sustainability agenda? So we do that by convening meaningful dialogue. So please click on next. We are here to help you convene meaningful dialogue, providing relevant resources to enable progress and showing bold leadership for ambitious action. And then we are a networking platform. We help you make connections at the global and the national level. Yep. You can also click on next to show the full contents on the screen. Thank you, and thank you so much. And then we also help you to learn and then enable you to have the knowledge and skills to make sustainable progress and then deliver impact. Then when you are ready to become a leader in shaping the sustainability agenda, we're also here to help you lead by showing your bold leadership and inspire others. We provide you with the tools to leverage your position and advocate for impact. Last but not least, we also help you communicate and become a well-regarded commentator and a trusted advisor on responsible business practices by communicating openly on your core issues. So I'm going to go into each one of them in further detail. Next, please. Thank you, Alana. So first, about Connect. Yes, great. We are here to connect you with experts, with peers, and with the multilateral bodies at the global and national level through various events. They're exclusively for participants of the UN Global Compact. So next slide, you will see on the screen some of our flagship events taking place this year, and every year we do same set of events. So next year it will be something similar, but the dates are not yet confirmed. And once we have the dates, I'll also share with you. So once you join the UN Global Compact, these events are complimentary and open to all employees within your company. At our Leader Summit earlier this year, for example, we had more than 20,000 business leaders, sustainability professionals. They joined heads of state, governmental leaders, public sector leaders on a broad range of topics around sustainability. Because of COVID-19, we moved that event to a virtual platform, but with the way we designed it, it was very interactive. It was 26-hour long convening. People can now work with each other, post questions to the speakers, and connect with each other. Coming up in September, we're running our event along the UN General Assembly Week. And then we have a hybrid event. So partially is a in-person component. It's called Private Sector Forum, and we invite company leaders, business leaders to come to New York to speak among each other, to network, to learn best practices. We also have a virtual component, and we encourage everyone to join this live session. And again, if you're a participant of the Global Compact, all of these events will be available to you and to all of your employees within the company. So these are some examples of our global events. And now I'll pass it to Greta to share more resources, particularly relevant for our colleagues from Australia. Greta, over to you.
Thank you, Simiao. There are several regional and thematic events. Last year, the local network here in Australia, so us, hosted over 25 events, including a number of large dialogues and forums. In 2022, we are continuing to deliver events such as networking events. In fact, we are holding a networking event tonight on the topic of biodiversity and ecosystems and the next challenge for business here in Melbourne. A modern slavery community of practice, or MSCOP, as we call it in short, is a regular offering split into a beginners and an advanced stream. Based on high demand, we will also be introducing a modern slavery community of practice specifically for SMEs later this year. Workshops cover topics such as setting a science-based target and integrating the Sustainable Development Goals into business. On the 17th of August, the webinar Solving the ESG Disclosure Puzzle is on. You can register via the link that I think will be shared in the chat in a second. On the 23rd of August, Simiao and I will be presenting online for SMEs specifically in a presentation called Small Business, Big Impact. Please register via the same link. Our website, it's also not participant only, it's open to everyone. Our website hosts a number of publications which are currently available to download for free. I'll talk to that in a second. When there are updates or changes in the landscape, we create timely events. So an example would be our 21 Days to COP26 event in late 2021, or our Insight series covering the topic of responsible corporate exits from territories experiencing gross human rights violations. We also hold a number of annual forums and dialogues, sometimes over multiple days or as an event series, to dive more deeply into topics with various panel members, breakout groups, and so forth. In fact, the next Australian Business and Human Rights Dialogue session will be held in Sydney in October on the 12th and 13th. Major conferences are held every 2 years to bring people together in person, with the next one being due in 2023. Next slide, please. A bit more information on publications and learning. Next, please. Our UN Global Compact digital library is designed to help you find the resources that you need to take the next step on your sustainability journey. So there are many forms of guidance, as I said before, but here are some examples. One includes the family-friendly workplace guidance, or for example, the SDG Ambition Guide, which aids in ambitious goal setting to deliver the 2030 agenda for the SDGs. Also showcased on this slide is our integrating the SDGs into corporate reporting practical guide. This guide outlines a 3-step process to embed the SDGs into existing business and reporting processes. We at the UN Global Compact Network Australia produce guidance across our fields, such as our publication Fighting Bribery in Business, which is a guide for risk, compliance, and sustainability teams implementing adequate anti-bribery procedures. Also, very importantly, I'd like to point to our publication Building a Net Zero Future, Australian Businesses Taking Science-Based Climate Action. And in general, it's important to mention that the UNGCNA is very open to suggestions and working alongside participants in bringing together publications. So we are always keen to hear your thoughts on what we should be focusing on as a next step or in the future. Next slide, please. On this slide, you can see some screenshots of offerings such as our bite-sized learning videos. We also have a free podcast series that covers topics such as ethical investment and the SDGs, the path to net zero, etc. And last but not least, our news and events page gets updated according to upcoming event and learning opportunities. I would suggest to subscribe to the monthly bulletin, which provides an up-to-date summary of anything coming up globally, regionally, and locally. You can sign up to this on our website on the main landing page. There's a button at the top. And now to Simiao for information about online training.
Great, thank you, Greta. So in terms of training and online training, we have a great platform called the UN Global Compact Academy. The Academy is the United Nations leading edge learning platform. It provides business leaders and practitioners with the skills and knowledge they need to move their companies further faster in implementing the 10 principles and then to advance the UN SDGs. So it is a one-stop shop where you can find a wide selection of innovative learning resources to really help you advance your sustainability efforts. Then, Alana, if you click on next, you'll see some upcoming courses on the bottom as well. So I really want to highlight that all employees of our participating companies can get access to this wonderful learning platform. So it's unlimited, and it means you can use it for yourself, your team, and your company wide, and then even your subsidiaries as well. So this is really for everyone across levels and functions. We have multiple types of courses on the platform. There are some virtual how-to basic sessions on key areas towards towards delivering the goals. So those are usually 30 minutes long and fundamental self-guided, self-paced tutorials. We also have inspirational change maker series that we invite really inspirational leaders from the business community and the United Nations to help people understand the leadership area and then the new sustainability issues coming forward. We also have those expert-led sessions, usually 1 hour long, and they will talk about the conceptual component of that topic and then some practical component shared by from professionals or business practitioners like yourselves in those sessions. So a really great platform. And next, I actually have a screenshot of what the platform will look like for those of you who haven't joined the UN Global Compact. So as a digital platform, this academy is really available anytime from anywhere. And you see there's a map of the platform landing page here. And you see we have different navigation tabs to guide you with topics, languages, and different type of courses. Don't worry if you don't get it all at the moment. We also created video tutorials and then guiding documents in multiple languages, always here to support you. All right. So I think that's for the Academy. If we have time at the end, I mean, if anyone's interested, I'm happy to show a demo. All right, now over to you, Greta, to share more resources about learning opportunities.
Thanks, Simiao. Yes, it is a lot of information, so don't think you have to remember it all. We are happy to provide more details later on. For a more integrated learning process, we have the Accelerator programs, which range from 6 to 12 months, focusing on specific areas. These are based on thought leadership work and are designed for companies to make tangible changes in the processes and activities in their business. It is a program to enable businesses to really set goals and to take the action to deliver. The box on the left-hand side, the navy blue one, displays information about the SDG Ambition Accelerator, which we will be running again starting in October this year. The first round, which finished in April, received very positive feedback from our participants. We've recently started our Climate Ambition Accelerator. I think it started in June. This is a 6-month program assisting companies with setting a science-based target, as well as setting a pathway to get to net zero. The next round for this program is scheduled for mid-2023. And now Simiao will talk us through the lead and communicate steps of membership.
Thank you, Greta. So next, for leaders who want to shape and lead the corporate sustainability agenda to showcase their bold leadership and inspire others, we are developing different programs which are time-bound incubation of solutions, and they will be done in a cross-functional, multi-sectoral approach to identify key business challenges and then what best practices would look like in that particular issue area. So we have different policy advocacy campaigns working with leading companies, setting time-bound call for action through partnership and collective action, and then to deliver those specific goals. We also have different advocacy campaigns or call to action campaigns working with similar companies in the same similar mindset. They can sign a collective letter together to motivate other companies to take part as well. And next slide, you will see an example. So the coalition that we have created is an example. They are created to form thought leadership on a particular issue area to deliver the SDGs. So we work with companies who are really interested in that topic, as well as our partners, such as other specialized UN agencies and other organizations, such as the International Labor Organization, the UN Development Program, etc. So this is really multi-stakeholder. We're taking a multi-stakeholder approach in these coalitions. So, for example, the CFO Task Force is a platform for CFOs, Chief Financial Officers, to interact with their peer CFOs, with investors, with financial institutions, and then with the United Nations together to share ideas, to develop new concepts, new frameworks, and to provide recommendations to unlock private capital to create a market for mainstreaming the SDG investment. So if you're interested in these topics, if you want to become a leader in the space, please join us in these coalitions to form the future thought leadership. All right, next, I really want to highlight that we also work with companies to communicate on their measurable progress against the 10 principles and sustainable development goals. And this is actually the top reason why companies want to join the UN Global Compact, to really enhance their transparency and credibility. So next slide, please. At the UN Global Compact, we incorporate a transparency and accountability policy known as the Communication on Progress, COP in short. It's a principles-based reporting framework. It really helps companies to better track their progress and then foster goal setting in a public and open platform, which clearly tracks a company's progress for all stakeholders to understand their performance and measure from year to year. And then this platform also help companies set even more ambitious and credible goals and targets for the future years. You can also use the data that you report to the platform, then benchmark across your peers, because all companies in the UN Global Compact use this same set of standardized questions to report. And we have created multiple resources for companies along this reporting journey, so you can better meet your disclosure goals effectively. Next, besides reporting on your annual progress, there are many other ways for companies to publicly showcase their commitment and progress. On the screen here, you see this is an example of a company's public profile. So every company that joins the UN Global Compact Initiative will obtain this company participant profile. It's a great place for you to share your activities. You may link the page to a social media feed, to a video about sustainability. So it's a public page anchored on the United Nations website, a great place for your stakeholders to better understand more about your company's sustainability actions. Next, we also provide you with a media toolkit for you to utilize, and it provides detailed guidance and design files for you to use in your press release messages, in your social media channels to better communicate your commitment, your action around sustainability. Next, and we see there's a very clear business case on corporate sustainability as well. Next slide. You will see when a company incorporates sustainability in the strategies and operations, it can improve so many performances. And again, we have many more data, many data to share with you if you're interested in this topic, and we're definitely happy to bring this conversation forward to show you why sustainability action will create value for you, both short-term and long-term. All right, now I'm sure you're very interested to learn more about how to join the initiative. So Greta, over to you to tell us more about the joining process and our next steps.
Of course, thank you. Joining is fairly easy. Next slide, please, Lana. Now, the first step is to review the application guidelines. The second step, which are available online and under that sort of URL you see at the bottom of this slide. The second step is the preparation of your letter of commitment. In this letter, your organization commits to the 10 principles and to together help us to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. And then the third step and last step is to fill out the online application form. From then, it takes 2 to 3 weeks roughly for the global team to review your application. If any questions come up, they will reach out to you directly. And once you have been approved as a new participant, I will reach out, or the team here in Australia, to see if you're interested in local network membership, and I'll be your best point of contact for that. Next slide, please. A summary of the benefits. The UN Global Compact provides a universal language for corporate responsibility and provides a framework to guide all businesses, regardless of size, complexity, or location. We are your guide every step of the way. We will help you commit to, assess, define, implement, measure, and communicate your sustainability strategy. UN GCNA participants have unprecedented networking access to other UN Global Compact participants. who are representing nearly every industry sector and size in over 160 countries through a range of exclusive member-only events. They help shape national and international dialogue through the UNGCNA's thought leadership work and consultations with government on emerging and critical issues. And they have access to partnerships and other opportunities for collaboration with a range of stakeholders to share best practices and emerging solutions. Next slide, please. So here's a recap of how you can join the Global Compact. Firstly, you complete the application form, including providing a letter of commitment signed by the highest level executive. Then you can contact us if you would like to discuss the initiative further, or if you need any help with your application. And once you've joined up, we'll get you set up with access to the UN Global Compact's dashboard, the UNGCNA's member area, I should say participant area, and ensure that your logo and organization profile are on our website. And then join us as we work with you to meet your sustainability goals. You can see that the UN Global Compact is not a performance or assessment or compliance tool. It does not provide a seal of approval, nor does it make any judgments on performance. We encourage you to treat the UN Global Compact as a platform for you to connect, learn, lead, and communicate. It is designed to stimulate change and to promote corporate sustainability and encourage innovative solutions and partnerships. I will be your best point of contact for any questions and to assist you in the process. I'll also be your main point of contact throughout your membership. And if you'd like to learn more, Simiao and I are offering codes to any interested organizations, or I can send you an email with information on how to join and the benefits again. With that, we conclude the sort of formal part of this presentation and go to the next slide and see whether there are any questions. I've been monitoring the chat box, the chat area, and I don't think anything has come through, but please feel free to raise your hand or just unmute yourself and ask questions. Anyone?
Hi, me, Daria Tolsky. Hi, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, maybe, and thank you so much for the amazing presentation. I'm Senior Manager Modern Slavery at Griffith University, who is a member of the UN Global Compact. And I wonder whether the modern slavery community of practice is dedicated, reserved to businesses, or we could also join.
That's a very good question. Up until about a month ago, it was set up to assist businesses who have reporting requirements that businesses that have more than $100 million of annual revenue have. Because of popular demand, we are currently in the process of setting up an SME version, so small to medium enterprise version, that will most likely kick off later this year, roughly November. And
we do report, so we've already reported twice. So okay, we have reporting obligations. So
okay, well, that makes it fairly easy. I will double check with the team and get back to you, Daria. I've got your email address and I will let you know if you can join. In general, so for everyone's interest, when you join the modern slavery community of practice, it sees one company representative attend, simply because there's a lot of interest in it, which is great. And we will send you basically an email that outlines information that helps you to self-assess where you see yourself. Are you sort of at the beginning of all of this, or do you see yourself as a more mature organization that is ready to go into the advanced stream? So I will send you this information and I'll copy in the colleagues that are running this event, so you can reach out directly and liaise with further questions, Daria.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Greta.
You're most welcome. Any other questions? Kritika, SDG and financial crime often go hand in hand. Does the UN Compact Group provide assistance with financial crime as well? When you say assistance, I need to say that we are not a consulting agency. We don't consult, but what we offer are probably two things of interest. So firstly, we saw a slide, I think it was slide 11 earlier, that showed you 7 focus areas that the Global Compact let me say, zooms into. And we, the local network in Australia, focuses on 4 out of those 7, which is anti-bribery, anti-corruption, which covers financial crime to some extent. That means there is some sort of in-house expertise, but also it is a focus area for us, meaning that we have content available in that space. Secondly, the Global Compact Network Australia hosts the Bribery Prevention Network Hub. I believe off the top of my head that the website is BPN.
It's briberyprevention.com.
Thank you. Thank you, Nick. Briberyprevention.com, which again, we are the host of, and it is a private-public partnership that sees government, the private sector, universities, and the civil society work together to create free content, publications, and recordings in the sort of anti-bribery space. And so you might want to have a look at that. And last but not least, Nick, who just shared with us the bribery prevention link, or actually Olivia did, he's currently looking after the BPN, management, and could assist with further questions. If there's anything specifically you're thinking about, Ritika, please reach out to me directly and I'll get you in touch with the best team members. Is there anything else? Any other questions? You're welcome. We are very much breezing through this. We've set aside an hour and here we are 20 minutes early. Any other questions? Maybe one more word about the SME benefits presentations, Small Business Big Impact, scheduled for the 23rd. Again, this is free to everyone. It's, I believe, scheduled for 1 hour as well. And we are very much focusing on the benefits of the initiative to small to medium-sized enterprises, which in our case are defined as businesses that have under 250 staff and under 50 million US dollars annual revenue. That doesn't mean it's not relevant to larger corporates at all. So please feel free to join as well. And if you have any questions coming up, leading up to this event, I would be very, very happy if you could share them with me. The more, the merrier. Thank you, Sunita. Great to have you here. Are there any other questions at the moment? Thanks, Justin. That's a very nice comment. I can't see any further hands up. Well, if there's anything else, you have got our contact details. If you would like to give us your feedback of today's session, please use this, what's it called? A QR code to let us know. And if you're interested in membership, or if you are a participant and have further questions, then I'll be your best point of contact. Thank you very much, everyone. I can't see any other raised hands or questions. I hope you have a lovely rest of the day, and I hope I'll talk to you all soon.